Today we're going to walk through an incredibly raw and personal story. It's an account of a life that was just completely shattered in a single moment, and it was shared not for any kind of drama, but as a desperate search for answers. And this line, this is really the heart of it all. It's a plea from a woman whose entire world has been turned upside down. A woman who is just trying to figure out how to move forward when the very air feels like it's been stolen from her lungs. So to really get the sheer devastation here, you have to understand what she thought she had. For 15 years, she wasn't just living a good life. She believed she was living an actual dream. She wasn't just married, she was married to her best friend. And this wasn't some stale marriage, one that had just faded over time. No, it was vibrant and active. They were deeply connected. They shared everything. Or at least that's what she believed. Their bond felt complete, absolutely unbreakable. And the man himself, he was the picture of a perfect partner. Not just good, he was everything she had ever wanted in a person. He was kind, he was attentive, affectionate, and her biggest supporter, always. He was the man who made her feel completely and totally safe. And in return, she gave him everything. This wasn't a partial love, it was total, all-in devotion. An absolute, complete trust placed in the man she called her very best friend. And this brings us to the moment it all started to crumble. And it begins so innocently, with a simple object just sitting on a hotel table. A trip that was supposed to be a happy reunion becomes the scene of a life-destroying discovery. Okay, so picture this. It all started so innocently. She was in New York visiting him on a work trip. Just wanting to feel close, she picked up his old iPad. Not snooping, just thinking she'd look at some old photos. She had zero reason to be suspicious. But then she noticed something kind of odd. Screenshots of text messages. Just a brief moment of curiosity, and she opened the Messages app. In that single tap, everything changed. The life she knew, the man she loved, the future she saw so clearly, it all came to a screeching, silent halt. And what she saw on that screen, it wasn't just one mistake, it was a pattern, a whole secret life, dozens of messages, conversations with 20 different prostitutes, setting up meetings all over the country, even in their own city while he was home with her. The betrayal was systematic, it was extensive. And here's the really cruel twist. He'd been so careful, he deleted almost everything, but he missed one small window of time, just 6 months of messages. One single slip-up that would end up exposing decades of lies. So confrontation was unavoidable. But she didn't even need a verbal confession, not at first. She said the truth was just written all over his face. In that moment, the man she trusted more than anyone in the world was a complete stranger. It all happened so brutally fast. She sent him a single screenshot. No words, just the picture. He didn't text back. He just left work and came straight to the hotel. And the look on his face, it told her everything she needed to know. And with the dam broken, the whole truth just came pouring out. This wasn't some recent mistake or a midlife crisis. He confessed that this behavior, this compulsion, had been going on for 30 years, before they ever met and all the way through their perfect 15-year marriage. And then came the other number. The number of prostitutes he estimated he'd been with during their marriage alone. 150. Just think about that for a second. That means, on average, for every single month they were married, he was with another woman. And his reason for all of this? His excuse? He tried to compartmentalize it all. He called it a separate part of his life, as if he could just build a wall between this secret world and the life he shared with her. He actually claimed it had nothing to do with her, nothing to do with their love or their marriage. But you just can't separate a betrayal like that. The discovery wasn't just an emotional shock, it was a physical one. The truth was this unbearable weight that caused a total collapse of her body and her mind. Her body literally went into revolt. She couldn't breathe, she couldn't sleep, she couldn't eat, and her mind became a prison, just replaying the texts, picturing him with those other women over and over and over again. It was a complete system overload of trauma. And that trauma led her to this absolutely devastating thought. Because a killer's actions, as horrific as they are external. This betrayal, this felt like a sickness that had infected every single memory, every shared moment, every I love you from the past 15 years. And of course, the fallout spread. She told their 5 sons, and the family just fractured. They now hate him, and their support for her is absolute. Their message is simple, it's clear. Leave him. You deserve so much better. And this is the impossible conflict she's trapped in. Logically, her brain completely agrees with her sons. She knows she should walk away. But emotionally, the man who destroyed her is somehow still the man she can't imagine living without. The thought of a life without him is as suffocating as the truth of what he did. Which leads us to the central, agonizing question of this entire story. How do you find the air to breathe when the person who gave you life is also the one who took your breath away? It's just a terrifying paradox. She keeps asking herself, why? After all of this, after the mountain of lies, the sheer scale of the deception, how is it possible that the love is still there? How can you feel empathy for the very person who is the source of all your agony? And that love for him, it feels like a betrayal of herself. She said she used to see herself as strong, but now she can't even look in the mirror. All she sees is the woman whose husband chose 150 other people over her. And so we end right where we began, with a plea. This isn't just a story she's telling. It's a desperate question she's posing to the world. How do you survive this? How do you piece together a shattered identity? How do you learn to breathe again?